In this debate, my opponent and I discussed whether or not a woman should be able to get an abortion. We discussed if doctors and healthcare workers should be able to give all options. I went over the many reasons why a woman should be able to have an abortion, and my opponent discussed the other options a woman may have. Now, some of the key reasons that I went over in this debate are financial issues, the fact that women get raped, children get abused, and that a woman's life may be at risk while giving birth. A person spends about $12,000 annually on raising a child. 7 million women experience rape in their lifetime just in the US, and 20% of them are forced to have a child. 700,000 children get abused each year by their parents, and 800 women die each year while giving birth. Now, a reminder, this is just in the US, so just imagine how much it is all over the world. My opponent discussed that there are other options such as giving up the child for adoption or keeping the child and going to therapy and other options. Now, although these options are great and they should always be available, we need to prioritize and make sure that abortion is always available as an option as well. We need to focus on what a woman can do when she is already in this situation. My opponent also focused on the fact that we need to prevent pregnancy and we should have focus on contraception. These are all true, but let's focus on what a woman can do when she's already in the situation. Let's focus on what a woman can do when she cannot prevent the pregnancy, and let's focus on the fact that we cannot make a decision for anyone. If a woman wants to have an abortion, she should be able to. If a woman wants to give her child up for adoption, she should be able to. All these options are great, but we need to make sure that there is an option, including abortion. None of these are easy emotionally, physically, or even financially. Abortion is not easy. Giving up a child is not easy. Giving up a child in general is not easy. And whether that's adoption or abortion, they're very emotionally draining and they're very expensive. But let's make sure that the woman has the right to make her own choice, and we cannot change that for her. We need to make sure healthcare workers give all safe options, including abortion. All of these options are great, and we need to make sure that the woman has an option. We cannot take away any rights. We cannot take any rights away from doctors. We cannot take away the right of abortion from a woman. At the end of the day, it is up to the person in the situation themselves and not to us. And we need to make sure we also prioritize the woman's health and the woman's life. Sometimes a woman's life may be at risk. Sometimes a woman's happiness is worth more than just that child's life. I'm not devaluing the life of a child, but we need to make sure it is up to the woman to make that choice whether her life is important or not. A woman's life is just as important as a child's, and we need to focus on that. Let's make sure a woman has all the options she needs.